Hello and welcome everyone, and today I want to show you how to make double influenced chests with elevated modifiers without overspending. Now in theory, all you have to do is use an Awakener's Orb on a chest with an appropriate modifier and combine it with a chest that has another elevated mod. Seems simple enough. The issue is that chests that have a tier 1 mod and an additional influenced mod that you need in order to elevate the tier 1 modifier can be very expensive, depending on the mod in question, and sometimes these chests are outright not available on the market at all. So what do? The basic idea is to get an item with the tier 1 mod and an open affix that you can use to introduce a meta mod that protects that tier 1 modifier. So in our case, that would be an open suffix, so we can craft prefixes cannot be changed. The next step involves using a harvest craft to deterministically introduce an influenced modifier. In the case of a Crusader influenced chest with a valuable prefix, you want to reforge crit because it deterministically rolls the power charge on critical strike mod. This works with other mods from different influences as well. Just make sure to remember that when reforging chaos or reforging an element like lightning, you need to have either filled suffixes or already have the corresponding resistance modifier, or you're most likely going to introduce the resistance modifier instead of a new influenced mod. Sadly, this doesn't work with Redeemer prefixes, since there's no way to deterministically introduce Redeemer suffixes, which limits the usefulness of this technique when crafting those items. For my in-game crafting showcase, I bought a Crusader-influenced chest with the tier 1 explosion mod and an open suffix so I could craft prefixes cannot be changed. After doing just that and use the Harvestcraft Reforge Crit, I ended up with a chest that has the mod that we want to elevate and an additional influenced modifier. I then used an Orb of Dominance on this item and a pre-prepped Hunter influenced chest with 2 influenced mods. Sadly, I got unlucky in both cases, so I had to buy some new material. I eventually ended up with these 2 items, one of which already had the elevated Hunter Regen mod, and a Crusader influenced chest with the tier 1 explosion mod and an additional influence modifier. Luckily, the Orb of Dominance elevated the explosion mod this time, so I used an Awakener's Orb to craft the Hunter mod onto the Crusader chest because it had the better base. Since I ended up with an open prefix, I decided to craft item dropped on death if worn by an AG, to make sure that I'll never lose the chest even if the AG dies. However, this is an unlikely outcome since both influence modifiers are prefixes, so for the most part you have to apply a crafted suffix like resistances, spell suppression, or faster start of energy shield recharge when using Fleshcrafter. And that's a wrap. If you have any questions or suggestions, you can leave them in the comments below. I try to get to them as soon as possible. If you want to join my community, you can check out my socials including Twitch and my Discord server in the description of the video or on my channel page. Hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.